Good afternoon, Owl parents. Mr. Hagedorn here with our weekly update. Next week, just a normal 5-day week. Again, I'm going to keep saying it. The ELA EOG is June 12th. Math EOG is June 13th. If your kids are healthy, please make sure they're here those days. In math next week, in all three math classes, we'll be doing the exact same thing. We're going to be doing some EOG review. We're going to be based on how they did on the released EOG, we're going to be splitting up into some small groups, reviewing some skills students struggled on. Those students who did better on those skills will be working on some independent EOG practice. ELA, on Monday, we're going to go over the released EOG that kids have been working on the last 3 days. We ended up giving them an extra day. So we'll go over that on Monday, and then we'll spend the rest of the week pretty much doing EOG reviews, reading some passages and answering some multiple choice questions, talking about strategies to help us be more successful with those multiple choice questions. All right, have a great weekend. I will see you on Monday.
Hello, 6-4 families. I feel like I have not been here in a couple weeks because, I haven't been. I was at a meeting, then I was out. Either way, last week we did our first week of the solar system, and we did predictable patterns caused by the sun, moon, and earth, things that we take for granted, like day and night, seasons, tides, eclipses, and moon phases. We finished that this week with changing the variables up and seeing what would happen from that. Some kids found that quite confusing, but it is confusing because we don't experience them every day. So it was something they had to make up what would happen if something got changed. Next week, we get into what all the kids think of when they hear about the space unit, and that is what consists of our solar system. So everything from planets to meteors to comets and the one star, the sun. And we're going to focus on that all week long. We're going to be looking at what it is, what makes up, how different things compare to it, what makes a planet, what not makes a planet, why is Pluto kicked out of the planet group. These are all things that we'll be tackling next week. Other than that, hope the weather this weekend is wonderful. Get outside, enjoy the fresh air.
Oh, my rain. Hey, let's talk about some social studies and science connections because we are almost done with our Middle Ages review and unit. We talked today about Vikings, yesterday about Vikings, invasions, and settlements. We moved on into 1066, the Battle of Hastings, and William the Conqueror, and that whole kind of switch in English history into the Normans. And then next week, as we finish Battle of Hastings in 1066, we're going to talk a little bit about the Crusades. We're going to talk about the Black Death. And then we get into the Renaissance, where we get to talk about Nicholas Copernicus and the heliocentric versus geocentric model of the universes, how the church plays into that as we start our unit on the Renaissance and Reformation, which will carry us on into the next couple of weeks that we have left of school. So hopefully everything went well with you this week. If you have any questions, let us know. If not, have a lovely weekend. We'll see you back here next week.